Welcome back to my channel. You're listening to Season 8. In this season, we'll dive into the big shifts shaping how we design, build, and run technology, and how these shifts connect to the way we think about business, services, and people. The world of IT and digital transformation is full of buzzwords: agile, DevOps, product centricity, AI. But behind every term, there's a deeper story about where it came from, the problems it tried to solve, and what it really means in practice. This season is about more than just laying eggs. It's about cackling too, sharing experiences, learning from mistakes, and building collective knowledge. We'll explore the history of agile software development, the move from projects to true product thinking, and how to manage a backlog that actually delivers value. We'll talk about business model and value proposition canvases, what makes a strong business case, and why the shift from body leasing to a consulting mindset is so critical. There will be episodes on service excellence, DevOps culture, ITIL processes, service blueprints, and even the realities of running transactional systems like SAP. And of course, we'll look ahead at how AI and Gen AI are changing software development and requirements engineering. Some episodes will be short reflections. Others will go deep into frameworks and practices. And sometimes we'll bring in voices from the field who are living these challenges every day. So wherever you are, yes, commuting, working out, or just taking a break, welcome to Season 8 of my channel. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going on a journey to explore AI not just as a futuristic concept, but as a very real part of our lives, with a special focus on the land of watches, chocolate, and innovation, Switzerland. Today we look at not just laying eggs, but cackling. It is a funny image at first. Chickens lay eggs and then they make a lot of noise about it. In the workplace, people often focus on laying the egg, delivering a piece of software, fixing a bug, completing a service request. But the cackling part, the act of telling others about the work, sharing why it matters, and making it visible, is often forgotten. In our world of technology and digital services, simply doing the work quietly is no longer enough. Things are moving quickly. Systems are complex. Stakeholders are many. If you create value but nobody knows about it, the value risks being ignored. Think about the last time you worked really hard on something, only to realize afterwards that no one noticed. Maybe someone else got the credit, or maybe the benefit was simply taken for granted. This is the danger of staying silent. Today we will explore why cackling, heresy, communicating is as essential as doing the work itself. Let us start with the silent producer problem. Silent producers are the people or teams who deliver a great deal of value behind the scenes. They write code, repair broken systems, tune performance, improve documentation. They are diligent, reliable, and highly skilled. But they rarely speak about what they do. To them, it feels like just doing my job. Imagine a development team that quietly improves the performance of a system by 15%. For them, it is routine. For the business users, things suddenly run faster, but they may not even realize why. They think, oh, the system seems better now, and carry on. The effort is invisible. The danger here is that invisible value often gets mistaken for no value at all. When leadership reviews progress, they see no visible story and assume not much has been achieved. The team then feels frustrated. They worked hard, but nobody cared. Over time, this leads to disappointment, less motivation, and a widening gap between business expectations and technology delivery. So the silent producer problem is not about shyness or personality. It is about the health of the whole organization. Work that is not seen will eventually be undervalued. Cackling matters because it turns activity into impact. Think of the difference between saying, we updated the software to version 3.1, and saying, our users can now complete their tasks twice as fast. The first is activity. The second is impact. Both describe the same achievement, but only the second makes people care. When teams cackle, they help others connect the dots. They show not only what was done, but why it matters. This builds alignment with business goals. It builds trust that the team is delivering meaningful value, and it allows stakeholders to make better decisions about where to invest time and money. So cackling is not noise. It is meaning. It is the bridge between doing work and creating visible value. At this point, many people hesitate and say, I do not want to brag. And that is fair. Nobody enjoys endless self-promotion. But there is a clear difference between bragging and healthy communication. Bragging is about the individual. It says, look how great I am. Healthy communication is about the impact on others. It says, this is what we achieved and here is how it helps you. If you close 30 service tickets in 1 week and say, look at me, I closed 30 tickets, that is bragging. If you say, we solved 30 issues this week, which means the finance team can close their monthly books without delay, that is alignment. The key difference is intent. If the purpose is to celebrate yourself, it feels like bragging. If the purpose is to share value and make others successful, it is simply good communication. One of the strongest ways to cackle is through storytelling. People do not remember long lists of numbers. They remember stories. Instead of saying, system response time improved by 200 milliseconds, tell the story. Customers now move through checkout more smoothly, which means fewer abandoned shopping carts and more sales. The technical achievement is the same, but the story connects it to human experience and business impact. That is what stakeholders want to hear. Storytelling is not exaggeration. It is framing. It is choosing words that make the outcome meaningful to the audience. For technical listeners, you may tell the system details. For business leaders, you tell the story of faster processes and happier customers. Fortunately, we already have built-in rituals designed for cackling. Agile reviews, team stand-ups, retrospectives, and service reports. These are moments to make work visible. The problem is that these rituals often become mechanical. People recite, yesterday I worked on this, today I will work on that, no blockers. And the meaning is lost. To reclaim these rituals, treat them as storytelling opportunities. A sprint review should answer, what value did we deliver in the last 2 weeks? A retrospective should answer, what did we learn that makes us better for the future? Beyond agile practices, there are many other tools, newsletters, internal blogs, dashboards, and town halls. It does not matter which one you use. What matters is that progress and learning are consistently shared in a way that connects activity to impact. When cackling becomes part of culture, the benefits multiply quickly. First, alignment improves. Business stakeholders finally see the connection between technology activities and their own priorities. Second, trust deepens. Leaders begin to believe in the team's ability to deliver because they hear clear stories of value. Third, motivation increases. People feel proud when their work is acknowledged, and this pride fuels further delivery. This creates a positive cycle. Visibility leads to trust, trust leads to empowerment, empowerment leads to stronger delivery, and stronger delivery leads to even more visibility. Over time, this strengthens not just teams, but entire organizations. And what happens if there is no cackling at all? The risks are serious. If no one communicates value, stakeholders may assume nothing is happening. Work gets duplicated because teams do not know what others are doing. Business leaders become impatient and bypass technology teams thinking we cannot rely on them. Budgets may be cut because leaders think we do not see results, so why should we invest? This is one of the hidden reasons why many technology leaders struggle. Their teams may deliver excellent work, but if the value is not visible, it is treated as if it does not exist. An invisible value eventually leads to lost influence and reduced resources. So, what can you do tomorrow to start cackling more effectively? First, translate technical work into business impact. Do not just say what you did, say why it matters. Second, treat existing rituals as opportunities to tell stories. Stand-ups, reviews, and retrospectives are not bureaucratic chores. They are platforms for sharing impact. Third, encourage everyone to speak. Communication should not only come from managers. Developers, testers, and service staff should all have a voice. Fourth, make visibility part of your culture. Remind your teams, work that is not seen is often not valued. And finally, keep it simple. A 2-sentence story is often more powerful than a 20-slide presentation. Today, we explored the idea of not just laying eggs, but also cackling. We looked at why silent production is dangerous, why storytelling matters, and how rituals can be used to make work visible. In our next episode, we will dive into a fascinating journey, from unknown incompetence to known capability. We will explore the 4 stages of competence, how they apply to professional growth in technology and consulting, and why self-awareness is the first step to mastery. Outro music fades in gently. Stay tuned for episode 2.